It just sounds so awkward. What is that time signature? Hey everyone, my name is Christoph Jakob. I'm a music composer for video games. Over on my second channel, I've continued playing The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And I've just recently beaten a boss called Mucktorok. My last Zelda video was on Colgera's theme. And if you haven't watched it yet, you should probably watch it. But I was a huge fan of it. The theme was massive and epic. So my expectations for Mucktorok are high as well. Like and subscribe if you have not already, and let's find out if they are similar. Once again, jumping right into a melody. What a dissonant melody. I love those little wood sounds in the background. It sounds threatening, but also kind of cute. Right away, I have to say that I'm actually getting conflicting vibes from this tune. The instruments that they chose are very lighthearted, quirky, and goofy sounding. The composers make use of a lot of wooden instruments like the marimba or the xylophone, which in a way sound a little like a dancing puppet in this context, but also like a ticking clock to a degree. You can also hear a fast-paced bassoon, another wooden instrument here in the background. Wooden instruments, especially in a rather serious boss theme like this, evoke this feeling as if the music is not taking itself seriously. It sounds like it's toying with you. Meanwhile, the actual composition itself sounds dark, menacing and evil. The only instruments so far that actually do evoke this kind of feeling are the low string instruments, I'd say. They keep hammering on the same note over and over. Almost sounds a little like someone is stabbing you. And on top of that, listen to this dissonant and awkward melody. I don't think it makes that much sense to talk about the chords and the chord progressions in this tune. The focus is clearly this very dissonant melody, and it's being accompanied by all sorts of rather subtle little embellishments. Oh, what's going on now? What is that time signature? Also, I love those reverse kind of sounds here. That sounded familiar. That was probably some sort of leitmotif. I thought it was gonna explode, but instead it's gonna loop already, okay. What a surprising tone shift in the second half, wouldn't you say? While the first half sounded more like the music is toying with you, the second half, at least to me, sounds like sheer panic in musical form. You have underestimated your enemy, and now they are about to end you. That's how it sounds like to me. The combination of the weird time signature changes as well as the rhythmic subdivisions, the fact that there are reversed instrument sounds now, as well as that repeating melodic line just scream panic to me. This is honestly up for personal interpretation, but this is how I would subdivide the rhythm. Oh, what's going on now? What is that time signature? The main purpose of this part is clearly to be unexpected and chaotic. And it's exactly this, and the fact that it is so hard to follow along as a result, which will make us feel panicky and uncomfortable. It just sounds so awkward. Awkward, but in a good way. The wooden instruments are gone. Notice just how much more serious it sounded. Seems to be the same song, but it sounds so much more serious. I'm gonna wait for the second half. Here we go. That's even weirder than in phase 1. But I think it's essentially just the same song without the wooden instruments. Notice just how much more serious it sounds when you leave out all those wooden instruments. All these little quirky embellishments. The wooden instruments seem to be completely gone now, and as a result, the intensity and the seriousness seem to have drastically increased, at least to my ears, even though it seems to be more or less identical compositionally. I don't want to overgeneralize this by any means, but it just goes to show how important the choice of instruments is for evoking certain kinds of emotions. One thing I really like about this tune is just how minimalist it is. Colgera's theme was this over-the-top, epic, grand banger played on woodwind and brass instruments, while also referencing Dragon Roost Island from Wind Waker. Mucktorok's theme, on the other hand, isn't epic and majestic or grand at all. It sounds awkward and it sounds awkward and chaotic. Okay. What's going on here? It sounds like a massive step back, actually. It sounds so tiny, so incomplete and cute in a way. All the low instruments seem to be gone. And all of a sudden it sounds quite a lot less serious to me. Interesting. Contrary to my expectations, Phase 3 doesn't sound even more bombastic than Phase 1 or 2. But instead, what we're getting is more like some kind of stripped down version of the first two phases. Very interesting. The focus on the wooden instruments is just as big as it was in Phase 1, if not even bigger. All the low instruments from the first two phases also just seem to be gone now. As a result, the music sounds quite thin, cute in a way, and incomplete. Compositionally, once again, nothing major seems to have changed though. I'd quickly like to talk about another tune from this game that sounds like a variation of Mucktorok's theme. I didn't even notice that at first. It was pretty much a random discovery. Earlier during this chapter, you have to fight a boss that's called Sludge-like. Take a close listen to its theme and to the melodies in particular. Oh my goodness. Listen to the melody. Also, there's this frantic and hectic bassoon again. Yeah, pretty much. They seem to be based on the same compositional idea. Bom, bom. Also, this... those deep instruments. Not gonna lie, this sounds maybe even more threatening than the actual Mucktorok boss theme. Oh god. They did not need to go that hard for a mini-boss theme, but they felt like it, I guess. Awesome. In a way, the Sludge-like battle theme is already kind of foreshadowing Mucktorok's theme. While the time signatures are different, this tune here seems to be written in a 6/8 time signature. There are similar, if not identical, melodic fragments in both of these tunes. Listen to the melody. Dissonant melody. There's also a frantic and hectic bassoon in both tunes. That is sort of the backbone of it all. While the general tonality of the tunes doesn't really seem to change that much. As a matter of fact, the entire instrumentation is very similar. I remember when I was fighting this Sludge-like boss, I was a little in disbelief just how menacing and threatening the music sounded. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you have not already. Feel free to also subscribe to my second gaming and streaming channel. I can't wait to hear more music from this great game. And I hope I'll see you all next time.